what my job is.
She just asked us a question. Can I survive off of $3,000? The answer is no. What's my job? How did I make $3,000? Look at all this. I have to pay for all this. I have to do all of this. Some wants, savings. I need some needs. What am I supposed to do?
What do you have to say?
The answer is no.
Same.
That's simple.
I cannot survive off of $3,000.
Why can't you?
I'd have to.
Because of all of this that you're paying, depending on the season, you're going to use more of something. And then adding all of that together, you're not going to have enough money.
Well, see, for this section, you might use this, but for the Uber, bus, and stuff like that, for the Uber and bus, you don't have to pay for that because this is just another way of getting around, another way of transportation. So,
and just based on the needs, you won't even be able to survive almost. And that doesn't include the wants. Just based off the needs, you can't survive off of $3,000.
Well, a lot of people survive off $3,000 or less a month, and sometimes they have responsibilities outside of themselves. You just have to figure it out. For instance, the top of your paper says that rent is $1,200. So
That's almost half the money.
maybe you guys are roommates. Maybe you need to be roommates.
I'm good. I'm good.
I had a roommate until I was 25 years old. That's how old I was when I bought my first house. But when I lived in an apartment, I had a roommate and we split the rent.
I don't want a roommate though.
I understand.
if anything, my roommate would be Devin.
Possibly. Devin may not want to live with you. You will find that.
I don't even want to live with most of my friends.
Yeah, you will find that people who are your friends, you can't necessarily live with them because people have different habits. And you really find a lot out about people when you live with them.
Can you just tell us how to survive off of $3,000 a month?
Can't.
A used rental car.
Hey, your first car is going to need to be a used car.
It's going to have to be.
Yes.
Ew.
What you mean? Ew.
At $3,000 a month, sir.
I don't know what they did to that car.
Preston, when they turned
You know
in,
what
they
my car
cleaned
payment
up.
was? My first car, my car payment was $158 a month.
My first one was $162. Well, but my very first car I bought in cash for $1,500.
Well, if you count that, then the one we bought from Uncle Bobby was $500.
Yeah, and I saved up. I paid $800 of it, and Papa paid the other $700.
I want a medium good car. A medium good car.
Hey, my car got me from A to B. Bought it in Kansas City. Uncle Robert drove me all the way back to Georgia in it. It was a 92 Hyundai Excel. Had no power steering. It was a 4-speed. That means it's a stick. Had no power windows. Had no air conditioning.
That is torture. Straight up torture. What if it's 100 degrees out in the summer? I don't want my car to be roasting up.
Papa told me to do 240. You know what 240 is?
No.
Roll down both windows and do 40.
That ain't enough. I need air conditioning.
Well, it look like you gonna need a good job.
I do got a good job.
What? What's your job?
For the month, I did my gas and I did my car insurance. That is it. Do you see this number? I only did 4 things. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
So what do you need to do?
I don't know. You're supposed to tell me. That's your job.
What do?
Places that
If it was the wants, I could just take out some. These are needs. Needs.
Most
You gotta
important
make
word,
some cuts.
word of the day. Need.
Want me to cut off my health bill?
Well, listen, you guys opted to
I'm moving out of Florida.
buy a used car, right?
Yes.
But you both put down a substantial down payment on that used car from the healthy savings that your dad and I had been putting up for you, and I told you guys both had that money put up. So maybe you should consider taking off, not paying off your whole car, but maybe you need to consider getting a different used car that would be covered under the down payment.
Back to the Nissan.
Yeah, you could get a Camry, but
Back
maybe
to the
it's not the Camry that costs the amount you chose. Maybe it's
I didn't
a
pick it. You
Camry.
picked it.
No, I just looked one up
Hold on.
and gave you an option, but maybe it's a Camry that costs the amount you chose as a down payment.
Back to the Nissan, because if this is what I'm getting from just one big payment, that noise is satisfying.
Maybe you should be an accountant.
I'm not liking my number. I don't like it. I don't like my number. I don't like it. It's lower than Langston's, but I don't like it.
Well, if that's your needs column and you guys feel like you need everything in the needs column,
I'm still under $3,000.
Right, so it just means you're going to have to shave some things off the wants column. That means that you won't go out to eat as much. Because we haven't got to your wants column. You definitely want to make sure that you're saving your 20%.
This is the point of what we are thinking about. Under $3,000 a month.
So let's see.
And if I'm paying this much a month, that means I am still under $3,000.
Right. Well, no, that's their amount. Plus, remember, you have to add in your...
Point is, I'm still under $3,000,
Right.
and that was the whole point of this lesson.
Add your rent, $1,200.
Where?
Right here, $1,200.
1,200
Plus $180 for taxes.
180.
Now you have to save $324. So I add plus three, plus $324. Now what's your number? 2,869.
I want to see what it would be.
2013 Nissan, $21,000.
I
It's been 10 years.
want to see if I add my wants. If I add my wants, what would I be at? $486.
So you have $131 for your wants. So,
If I added my wants, this is what I would be at.
but here's the thing: your wants are supposed to cover extracurricular, right? Yeah. Your wants don't cover your gym dues for the month.
Ooh. How much you paying? $500? How much you paying? So I can add it to this thing. I'm gonna assume $500.
That's not for the camera. So we're talking first way we can cut costs is by getting a roommate. Right now you all are paying $1,200 a month for a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom apartment.
One.
Yes, but if you get a roommate,
Wait, this was my cost without adding the $1,200 a month.
yes. So
Excuse me.
if you get a roommate, then you could the cost of a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment may only go up to maybe like $1,500 or $1,600, something like that. But just say now you got $1,500 divided by 2, or even $1,600 divided by 2. Say $1,600 divided by 2 is what? $1,600 divided by 2 is what? 800. So that automatically opens up how much money?
$800.
No, $800. You were paying $1,200 for rent. Now you'd be paying what?
Just said 60.
I'm saying if you now, instead of getting a $1,200,
I'd be paying $340 for my shopping.
Listen. Oh Lord, you added $340 for shopping. You was already over. Listen, you're paying $1,200 a month for rent. But if you get a roommate, and instead of getting a $1,200 1-bedroom apartment, you got a $1,600 2-bedroom apartment, you're splitting that rent with a roommate. So instead of, you're not paying $1,600, you're paying $800 now. So now instead of paying $1,200 a month, you're paying $800 a month. So how much are you saving?
800. 400.
Thank you. $400 a month. So now I'm saving $400 a month. So if I get a roommate, that's automatically saving me $400 a month. Also, now I'm splitting the bills with somebody. The light, the water, the cable, the internet, the gas. Y'all might decide with food that they're going to buy their own food and you're going to buy your own food. Or you might decide we're going to split the food. Now, keep in mind, since there's 2 people in the house and the space is a little bit bigger, your light bill, your water bill, your gas bill may go up a little bit. It's not going to go up a ton. It may go up a little bit, but again, you're splitting that cost now instead of paying it all by yourself. So that's another way you're saving money.
So I'm spending 22.5 on my light bill now.
Instead of $50, right? So if the light bill was $50, or it may just say it went up to $60 because it's a bigger apartment. You're maybe spending $30 now instead of $50.
So I'd be spending
So
$15 on my water
So
bill.
let's assume
Exactly.
everything goes up by $15.
Right, yeah. So let's assume that your light bill, your water bill, and your gas bill all go up $15 because you got a bigger space and another person living there. But now you take that amount and you divide it by 2.
And we didn't put a cost for gas.
Oh yeah, because we said that you're living in an apartment, so everything's probably all electric. So you're automatically saving on rent and utilities. And your internet bill will be the same, but now you're splitting it. That's not going up. It's still just the flat cost of internet, but now you're splitting that. Food for the month, you can still decide to buy your own, or depending on your relationship with your roommate, which you don't want to live with anybody unless you have a good relationship with them, you could be splitting the cost of food. Your car payment is still going to be solely yours. Your insurance is still going to be solely yours for your car. But your renter's insurance, which is not a sizable amount, but that's another amount that could be split between you and your roommate, or you guys could have your individual policies, which is not a bad idea. So now look at your sheet again with what you have in your needs column and consider, do I want a roommate? And if so, how much am I spending now? How much am I spending now since I have a roommate? So the retwist is what?
145.
Where did I feature y'all? What for? No! Oh, was it this part?
All right, I just finished the Can You Live Off $3,000 a Month budget project with Preston and Langston. It was very eye-opening and hilarious, but we are at the end of the project. We're to the questions, and we're gonna start with Preston. Do you have enough money to live your life, and why?
Yes, because my wants cost $449 and the needs cost $1,020, and that equals $1,469.
And what was your rent?
$800.
So, and then did you have savings?
400.
Look at your paper.
I don't know what that word down.
Look at your column for savings.
Yes, to buy a new home, vacation, holidays, and birthdays.
What was your total for savings though? How much are you putting up for savings a month?
It says $324.
Okay, so to get to the amount that you would have enough, what did you have to do?
I had to sacrifice some things.
Right. What was the biggest thing you sacrificed? Because at first, rent wasn't $800, right? So what was the biggest thing you had to sacrifice? You had to get a what?
I had to get
Are you living by yourself?
a roommate.
You had to get a roommate. Thank you. So what was the next question? What's the one hard thing about budgeting?
You have to sacrifice too much.
You have to sacrifice too much. What do you think about adulthood?
Being a good dad.
Being a good dad, that's what you think about adulthood?
Yes.
And how can you make more money to live the life you want?
Doing better at your job to get a raise.
Doing better at your job to get a raise. All right, so what did you think about the project overall?
Paying bills takes too much and too long.
Okay. All right, part 2 with Langston. So did you have enough money to live your life?
No, because after every month I only have a few $100 and might not have enough to pay for extra emergencies and extra costs that might come up.
All right, what's one thing that was hard about budgeting?
I can't always get what I want.
Can't always get what you want. And what do you think about adulthood?
Awful.
How can you make more money to live the life you want?
Get a good job and work hard to get a raise.
Okay, so were you able to have enough money from the beginning, or did you have to switch some things around?
I had to get a roommate to split costs with a few things. And then I had to, for some of my wants, I had to cut the cost on some of those as well.
And what do you think about the project overall?
Never want to do it again.
All right, guys. It was a pretty fun project. Again, can you live off $3,000 a month? We had a hilarious time, or at least I did.
No.